Well, greetings, Roadrunners. Thank you for joining us this afternoon for our first edition of our publication about the College and Career Readiness Center here at Holbrook High School. We're really excited to discuss what the College and Career Readiness Center is here at Holbrook High School. And I have joining me today Kathleen Smith and Linda Corr. We're very excited to be presenting together about the College and Career Readiness Center. About December, Kathleen and Linda came to me and started a discussion about what can we do through their business, Grow Arizona, to start a College and Career Readiness Center at the high school and to be able to deliver services to our students, our teachers, and our parents about College and Career Readiness Center. And what opportunities might there be to prepare kids better for post-secondary. So when they cross the graduation stage, what happens the next day? And we prepare our students, I believe, pretty well for that moment, but we want them to be fully prepared. And so today we're going to talk about a very innovative program called the College and Career Readiness Center at Holbrook High School. And I want to introduce Kathleen and Linda, and would you tell us a little bit about Grow Arizona and your business that you have started?
Sure. For Grow Arizona, it's about building strong communities. And by doing that, what we need to do is have our students succeed. The best future that we have in our communities lies within the success of our students. And that was the fruition of what we decided was what Grow Arizona was going to be about.
Kathleen, did you want to talk a little bit about Grow Arizona as well?
A little bit of our background was, before we got to this point, we've done a lot of community development projects and workforce development. We realized there really is a need statewide for more college and career readiness starting at our high school level and moving up. And so we looked around and there wasn't necessarily a program like this. And everybody we talked to, especially parents, are like, I wish I would have had a program like that when I was in schools. Somebody just needed that extra little help. And so that's how Grow Arizona became how it is today, and we appreciated Holbrook High School jumping on board and being with us on this journey.
And it's really an entrepreneurial type environment because you guys are building this program around the needs of 21st century learning in education, which is not to graduate, it's to go post-secondary, go into the college track, go into the career track, or go into a career and technical education track. And that's really what we're focused on because we want our kids, once again, to walk across that stage at the end of the year and know exactly what their next steps are. Not only what their next steps are, but how they're going to fund that and how they're going to be prepared for it and how they're going to succeed in the career that they have chosen. And so thank you for bringing this to the table, and thank you for choosing Holbrook as the first opportunity to develop a College and Career Readiness Center like this. So Kathleen, you want to tell us a little bit about what services are offered in the College and Career Readiness Center?
Yeah. The first group that we actually service is our high school students. Specifically right now, our juniors and seniors are being served as that's our biggest need, especially our seniors as they are only just a few short months away from graduation. And let's face it, they've had a rough few years with COVID, and so it's a vital time for these students. And so we're working with the juniors and seniors, although we have freshmen and sophomores that already want to start taking a look at what we're doing because they understand to get the best scholarships and get into the best schools, they need to have the community volunteerism and maybe the extracurricular activities, and that starts as freshmen. They don't need to wait till their senior year. It's a little harder, not impossible, but it does help. So we encourage those freshmen and sophomores to talk to us, but right now those juniors and seniors, that reality is getting a lot closer to them, and so they want to be able to come and say, okay, we think we know what we want, or maybe some of the students say we have no idea what we want. And so with each student, we can individualize a program that's specific to their needs and their circumstances, and it's that unique experience that they get from that one-on-one. And with this program, we're going to connect them to the right people and the right programs that'll help bring them success for their next steps.
Well, I think there's a lot of value in what you've already started in this program, and we want to not only be a service to our students, but we also want to be a service to our parents. It's tough to be a parent. It's tough to understand post-secondary. We work really hard in the K-12 system just to get our kids to school, to get them to pass their classes, and then there comes these scholarships, and here comes these career, and then again, that day after graduation when they walk across the stage, the parent, we release the opportunity to influence the students at that point, and it is turned over to the parents. So Linda, you want to talk about how the College and Career Readiness Center can help parents to prepare their children as well.
Sure. Yeah. Of course, our focus is the students, but we are really here as a resource for parents. I mean, we know that college can be very expensive, and understanding what scholarship opportunities are out there, how to apply for them, understanding deadlines, the whole process, it can be really daunting. So we work with the students, but we work with the parents to understand what's available out there. And not all kids are destined to go to college, and that's great. They may want to go into the trades, they may be entrepreneurial, they may want to go straight to work. We can help them with whatever avenue they choose to take, and we can be there as a support and communicate that to the parents. And if they have concerns, they can come to us, and we can help them work with their child to make sure that they have some success.
And Grow Arizona is about community. It's about making sure that our parents have a resource, and our students and our teachers have a resource to go to ask questions, to get information, to gather as much information as possible to make the best decisions. So I think this is going to be a great resource. But parents, we really need you to reach out to Grow Arizona, which is located right here on Holbrook High School campus, and try to figure out what you can do in partnership with them to help your children develop. So it's also been a great benefit to our teachers. I've heard things through our teachers and our administrators about their buy-in already to the College and Career Readiness Center. Kathleen, you want to tell us more about how this is benefiting teachers?
Yes, we are so thankful for our teachers. You know, they've got a lot of responsibilities already, and so we really are coming in as just a resource to our teachers as well. Our teachers do know these students well, and it's fun watching the love that these teachers actually have for their students. They really, truly care about their students. And so we have teachers reaching out to us saying, hey, make sure you don't miss this student. They could use a little extra help in this area. And so without our teacher support, it would be a lot more challenging. But honestly, they've been a fantastic resource. And as we keep alluding to, not even alluding to, but talking about, is we really are, everything we do is about networking and resources, and we just need to utilize them. They're there for us, and our teachers are a major resource for that as well.
And I know that this teacher's workload and the intensity that is placed upon teachers is tremendous. So their job is to teach. And this organization, this business is brought in as a supplement, as a extra opportunity for to take some things off of a teacher's plate. And we really appreciate your innovation to think this way, because it does eliminate some of the responsibilities of the teacher, because we do have a third party, which is Grow Arizona, coming in to do some of these kind of things, but we're giving undivided attention to our students, which is ultimately the most important responsibility that we have to our students and our school community. So let's talk a little bit about what this can Grow Arizona, because the title Grow Arizona, we want to grow, but we also want to grow Holbrook, and we want to grow the 9 communities that we serve, the chapter houses and so forth. How is Grow Arizona going to help build community within our communities? Linda? Well,
the trajectory of a student, the efforts that they take after graduation impacts an entire community. It'll impact all of us. An educated workforce means greater likelihood of attracting industry to this area. A supported entrepreneur means more small business and greater connectivity for the community as a whole. So when we plan for these students' outcomes, we're really planning the outcomes for all of our communities. We have a number of students that plan on leaving, but many don't, and they like to stay. We like to make sure that if they're going to stay, they're going to be a benefit to the community, to themselves, and also in turn inspire us to do better as well.
And both of you have been staples in our community, and you understand our communities. You understand not only our communities, but the diversity that we have throughout Arizona. And so you're going to bring those kind of perspectives into this program so that our kids are prepared, not only just for being prepared for Holbrook, but also the greater community and really nation and worldwide as well. Kathleen, do you want to add to that?
Yes, and that's exactly it. As we've spoken with these students, a lot of them said, whatever career path they want is because they do want to take it back to their own personal communities, that they can help their own families and their neighbors, which is fantastic to watch. And that's exactly what we need. Go out, get your education, come back, and so you're going to be a great source for your own community. The other thing we're going to do with our community, it really is not necessarily always just what you know, but who you know. And so we're going to be making those connections within our own community here, saying, hey, we know somebody in this profession that you showed some interest in, so let's sit down with you, and they can have a talk with them. Like we have our veterinarian, our local veterinarian. She's coming in a couple of weeks, and she's going to talk to a small group of students that are interested in veterinarian services, and she's going to let them know what the ins and outs and what does the day actually look like for a veterinarian. At that point, the students are going to be like, oh, maybe I didn't know that's what they actually did. I like it or I don't like it. They like it, they've already got a mentor, they've got a connection. And potentially we can set them up with some job shadowing. We can set them up with some potential internships or help them with that job. And so they're already going to be connecting with those that are going to be maybe eventually hiring them themselves, or at least being able to mentor them through their next steps. And so many steps like that is going to connect us with those community leaders, whether it's civic leaders or business leaders, or even just other entrepreneurs that can say, hey, this is what I learn from my experience. So.
Yeah, that is super. And I think, we produce roadrunners that go out and do many, many things. Just yesterday, I was at the dentist, and Dr. Fish, who's a graduate from Holbrook High School. I didn't realize that until she was working on my teeth. But she, those are successes and connections, and making those connections. You never know when that connection is going to lead to another connection, which will lead to a job, which will lead to a career, which then can be turned around and mentor some of the new students that come through. So Holbrook is really a community, and I think this is going to build that capacity amongst our roadrunners, not only within our school system, but far-reaching throughout the state and the nation. So you guys have been doing this since January. We had the discussion in December, and then we started it in January. So you've only had the opportunity for a couple months to be working with the students and be on our campus, and really in a limited amount of time. This isn't a full-time gig for either one of you guys, because you also have jobs outside of this scope. But I know you've already celebrated a lot of successes, and you're super excited and energetic and passionate about what you're doing. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the successes that you've had so far, Kathleen?
Yeah, it has been a whirlwind, and we're super excited about it. When we first started, we knew there was a need, we just didn't know how the students would respond. And the farther we get into this, the more we're realizing the students are seeing the value in it, which makes us excited and wants us to keep going, and it's going to turn into that full-time job easily. And to date, like we said, it's only been not even quite 2 months, but we've already had over 100 students come into our office, and that we've worked with them individually. So these 100 students, those are individual contacts. We're having conversations with each of them. It's not just a lump sum of them, and we're trying to give them the same advice and suggestions. It's like that is individual help on each of those 100 students. And a lot of them are starting to be repeat students because they see the value in it. One of the things that we've brought in NPC to talk about scholarships. It wasn't just scholarships for NPC. They're like, how to write a good scholarship? How do you get a scholarship to any college you want? And so we had over 70 students. We said, let's do it in the library. It was standing room only. So next time we'll actually make it bigger, knowing that there was a need and there was an interest, which makes us excited. Another one, we also had, over close to 100 students as well when we did our first career exploration series with the national parks. And the national parks, they're all over the place. We've got them in our own backyard, but there's potential career opportunities and volunteer opportunities all over the country with the national parks. And we'll continue to do these career exploration series. Let these kids understand, hey, I want to go into national parks. We found out, hey, if you want to be there was a kid that wanted to be a drummer. We found out there's a New Orleans Jazz Museum that you can go be a musician at a national park service. And I would, most students wouldn't know to look in the national parks database for a job as a musician. But those opportunities are out there. We just want to help them explore the many options that are there.
Yeah, I think bringing the world into Holbrook, and we want a world-class education for our kids, so we need to help them understand what that means, world-class. And one of the beauties of Grow Arizona and this opportunity is that we have two people working in two different avenues and working cooperatively as well, and bringing two different levels of experience. And so, Linda, what have you seen with successes so far?
Well, a lot of what we do is connecting our students to real-world examples, and recently we had an opportunity to reach out to a HHS alumni who attended here not too long ago, and he had a real interest in fashion while he was here on campus, and he pursued that dream, and now he lives in New York City, and he's very successful in the fashion industry there. We reached out to him, and he was more than willing to sit down with one of our students here and talk about, who has the same interest, and talk about some of the successes, the trials, and some of the hoops that you might have to go through to be successful. But beyond that was the fact that he was willing to sit down and be a support for this student. He really talked to him about, what steps he should take, and he also said, as you take them, reach out to me. and I will support you in your efforts, and I will be a contact for you. And I thought that is so special to have, because this person is now connected to that person, and they are all from Holbrook. They are all tied right back here to Holbrook, serving each other, and as a result, serving this community.
Wow, the connections, that's what life is about, is building relationships and building connections. And if we can do that for our students, and we make strong connections within our school community, but rarely do we reach out to the greater community and our alumni to be able to say, tell us what your experiences are, and tell us where you're at, and tell us how these kids can get to the same pathways that you are on. And I think we have two fashion designers that come from Holbrook High School, and I don't know that anybody would recognize that without bringing that to our attention and being able to share those stories like this. So I know we're in the inception of this, and we've only done it a couple months now, but what do you see the vision and the future of Grow Arizona and the Holbrook High School College and Career Readiness Center to be?
Yeah, we see this continuing to grow. As we mentioned, we've already got juniors and seniors that are working with us, and they're already getting that understanding of what we can do. And with that, it's just going to grow exponentially, I believe. And especially as we get more alumni involved, I think that's just going to take on its own wave of success and bringing that mentorship back. And so we're going to be able just to grow this and really be a benefit to these students and to the parents and the teachers. Like we said, we'll work together as a community, and that's what we are. We're a community doing this together. We care about the students because they are our next generation of business owners and dentists, and so we got to be nice to these students. They may be working on my teeth someday.
Yeah. So, we're paying our taxes and our Social Security and retirement.
Exactly.
Right. And
what do you think?
Oh yeah, we're also working on creating a network database. So the more that we grow, the more we reach out, the more we create connections, and we document that, so that as we come back next year and the year after that, if we reach out to other school districts, we start building a network of connectivity that can serve each of these students and connect each of these students to broaden our impact. We're also collecting alumni data, alumni tracking, so that we can reach out to these students in a year, 2 years, 5 years, and find out what sort of successes they're experiencing, and what sort of things the hurdles that they had, the things that they had to overcome. So that'll help us refine the work we do, but it also helps the school district to decide what kind of programs they want to implement or change in order to make those successes even more likely.
Very good. I just think there's a lot of opportunity that we have with this program, and I think this will come out as one of our top programs for our students, simply because it targets that opportunity to transfer what you're learning in school to something real. And I think that is so beneficial for our students and so futuristic for our students, that the reality of here's what I'm learning, but here's how that can transfer into me being able to have a career and make money and provide myself a home and provide for my family, those kind of things. That education is the key to all of those things. And for you guys to be able to bring that into a space on our campus is extremely exciting. So we're speaking to the parents and the students and the staff through this video, but really to the parents, we want you to understand who we are at Holbrook High School, as well as who Grow Arizona is and how they've created the College and Career Readiness Center. So will you tell us a little bit more about if a parent wants to reach out, or a parent should reach out, and especially junior, senior year, and say, how can you help us to help our children be ready post-secondary?
Exactly. We'd love to work with the parents. We think you'll find it a valuable asset as well. You can reach us at our website at growarizona.org. But we are on campus, like Dr. Corbett said, from 2 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and every Friday morning from 8 till noon. But we understand your schedules, may not be able to meet those times, so give us a call. We're happy to set up a time when you're able to come meet with us. We will make it work in our schedule to meet with you, because we do understand the importance of having parents' involvement. That's going to help their success, faster than anything. But we're here to help you help your students. So we're excited, and we think this is going to be a great opportunity to, like we said, to work with the students, work with the teachers, work with the community leaders, work with our parents, and And we're going to put Holbrook back on that map. We're already there, but we're going to keep going, right? So.
And you know, our motto is to help unique students develop. That's who Holbrook Unified School District is, and this is such a great opportunity to do that. And we need to extend some of this information onto our website so that parents have that easy access as well. But this is super exciting for me as a superintendent, for our community, for our teachers, for our students, and really for the state of Arizona. We are trying to grow Arizona through our programs here at Holbrook High School. And so, ladies, I really appreciate the opportunity that you have brought to Holbrook High School and really to our entire school district, and your enthusiasm, your passion, your desire, your willingness to reach out and to build a school community around college and career readiness. So parents, please reach out to Linda, reach out to Kathleen, reach out to the College and Career Readiness Center at any time so that we can help you to help us help our unique students develop. Thank you for joining us this afternoon.